How's it going, everybody? Join me today as we jump into Sekiro, a game that has been so highly requested on my channel. And well, jump into the game we will, because we are gonna go right for a swim, right at the very start, dip our toes in it, become a dolphin, because that's what this game was supposed to be. But as with any other video game, I try to go the opposite way, where the game wants me to go, and I see a shiny. Unfortunately for me, I don't know how to acquire a shiny. I'm trying to do a wall jump, but failing miserably. We haven't mastered that arcane technology yet, and we're gonna give up soon enough and just dolphin our way back to where we came from. But now, we can begin proper, and we start by learning how to jump, which is the only common thing between this game and Elden Ring, is a dedicated jump button. And I come from Elden Ring. If you're new to my channel, Elden Ring is the only Souls game that I have finished start to finish, and I have like 500 hours in it. But now, here in Sekiro, this is supposed to be the opposite of Elden Ring. People say it's the noob killer when it comes to the Souls series, and everyone should try this one out. Right now though, we're gonna go try to sneak past these very attentive, alert guards, because they're gonna spot me immediately, and now I'm being in pursuit by a Lord Yamcha. We're gonna try to make some distance between us and him, and hopefully lose him in the shadows, but no such luck shall prevail. As you can see, he's right there, waving his big giant stick, letting me know how much trouble I'm in, so we're just gonna keep carrying on and hope that he just forgets about us and moves on with his life. Unfortunately though, it's not Lord Yamcha who's gonna be our demise, but it's going to be the ledge. As my very first death in Sekiro, this sets up a good precedent of things to come later in this video. Next time, however, not only were we able to evade the clutches of Lord Yamcha, which in itself is a big achievement, but we were also able to defeat our most truest enemy, the ledge, and make our way into this house, where we meet our supposed master. So our job here is basically to protect this kid from the clutches of this empire. And usually, right, I hate kids in video games, no matter what, but turns out this one was just supposed to be the GOAT, because not only does he give me my sword, which I appreciated, but he also gives me my healing item, my Estus flask in this game if you must. So yeah, GOATs of the GOAT, this kid is top G. You can just tell by my face, I am absolutely ecstatic. So the kid basically gives me a mission to find a hidden secret passage and give him a whistle, and he'll make his way over in no time. Which just brings me to the question of who is this kid, and how is he able to evade the guards when they clearly spot me from 10 miles away. For now though, it's time for our very first kill. And let me tell you, this guy was not happy about it. But that's okay, we're gonna give him the stream treatment, send him straight up to hell, and just by our expression there, the combat in this game feels absolutely brilliant. Now, this here, right, I just want you to take this moment in. We got our back turned to this guy, and he has his sword ready in the air, ready to strike us down, take revenge for his family. And this right here is when Primacon is gonna pull off the sickest thing ever known to man, where we're gonna turn around, parry him, and stab him in the neck like a G. That's so fucking badass, dude. What? This is where I realized what this game is about and why so many people worship it as the best game From Software has ever made. In my 500 hours of Elden Ring, I don't think a single moment made me feel as badass as that insignificant moment in Sekiro. Absolutely crazy stuff. Not as crazy for this guy though, he's just gonna get stabbed and just fall over, kinda pathetically. That's his purpose in life served. And here I decided, you know what, guys? Enough sneaking around the shadows and, you know, stabbing people in the back. That's kind of pathetic and not very cash money of me. So I am here, challenging these guys head to head like a true gamer. One parry, one down, the other one is gonna try the same thing, get parried again, stabbed in the neck. More coming, alright, not a problem for a top dog like Primacon. I'm gonna take a hit there just to make him feel better about himself. But that was just a fluke, as I'm gonna parry him again, stab him in the armpit it seemed, and same to his friend. There is a pile of corpses in my wake. You can't fathom the amount of dead men behind me. This is where things really kick off though, because we are gonna face our arch nemesis, Lord Yamcha. We're gonna parry his heavy attack and give him a big slam in the neck, reducing his health from 2 balls down to 1 testicle. Where have I seen that before? He's gonna go for a strike though, and we're gonna take it right in the face. All of a sudden, I just forget here how to play the video game. We play the waiting game, we're gonna parry 1 strike, but unfortunately, this is where Sekiro Primacon meets his demise once again, as we're gonna go just a little too hard on the attack. I just don't have to be aggressive, I have to wait for them to attack and then deflect and then attack back, can't just button mash. Now then, as we approach for round 2, let's see if we have learned our lesson to be more methodical. We're gonna just not do anything for the first strike, but we're gonna parry 2 of his attacks and then hit him back. This is the thing called counter-attacking in this game, where you have to basically deflect an attack and then strike back immediately. So here we go, we deflected, strike back, and boom! Hit him in the neck, 1 ball gone, 1 more to go. Can we do it this time? Can we finally prevail? Now as I try to get used to the combat, which clearly I suck at, I'm gonna get hit by the biggest attack of all, which is a tutorial mid-fight, throwing me completely off my rhythm. So I just start button mashing here and then almost die. But that's okay, we're gonna backstep like a Pokemon and take a healing, get back in there, and finally break the stance of Lord Yamcha, bringing his supreme reign to an end. Hell yeah. God damn, that's what I'm talking about. That was the worst place for a tutorial. Now, this right here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I missed in Dark Souls 3 and why Sekiro is a superior game, because you can also teabag in Sekiro just like in Elden Ring. Now, as I shimmy my way across the bridge, we're gonna listen to these cards just completely spill the beans on where the exact location I need to go is. This is why they are paid below minimum wage, and they do not have life insurance, even though there's shinobis running around, slashing their whole species into smithereens. Now here, I don't know how I feel about this one. This is the pumpkin head from Elden Ring, from the top it looks like, and I just kinda killed a midget. I don't really know where that stands. Yeah, not sure how to feel about that one. So Sekiro over here, not only challenging my physical capabilities with the video game, but also testing how strong my mental morality really is, making me attack, physically assault, and brutally murder vertically challenged people, such as myself. But we're gonna make our way down over here and find ourselves to where we need to go, and we're gonna do the forbidden jutsu whistle, which is gonna summon the little kid out of nowhere. I still don't know how this kid managed to make his way all the way here, just like that without a problem, while I had to make my way across ledges and bridges using my insane shinobi arm strength. This kid doesn't need all of that, he's just built different. I guess that's why he's the master and I'm the pupil. But we're gonna make our way over here out of the dungeons and the weird castle into the beautiful moonlight and field. I see where Ghost of Tsushima got its inspiration from. This is just top tier visual representation here. This is where art direction is way more important than just pure graphical fidelity. And this right here is where Mr. Sekiro over here is gonna face his biggest challenge in life yet. Now, while Mr. Wolf here was talking mad shit about protecting some kid or whatever, even I knew I was in way over my head with this one. I don't know about you, mate, but I don't feel as confident as you do. This guy looks intense. That's right, Primacon, it is intense as we prepare for the biggest challenge of our life so far, Lord Yamcha's father. But as he approaches, he's gonna go immediately to the offensive. I'm gonna try to parry as much as possible. I'm gonna be able to parry 2 of his attacks and hit back, which gives me some sort of confidence of the slightest resemblance of victory. But as we give each other the stare down of a century, let's see how long that resemblance lasts. We're gonna go parry again, go on the offensive, and I see that red symbol and I know that I have to dodge that. In any video game, red means danger. Games like Nine Souls have taught me that reds are never parryable. But I'm trying my best to parry everything he throws at me. I actually managed to parry 3 times, and he doesn't like that, so he just kicks me in the shin. Mad disrespect towards Primacon, but he's not done yet because he's gonna slice right at my throat, bringing my health below half, and now I'm just trying my best to keep the rhythm of the dance going, but now it's gonna start to crumble apart pretty fast. I managed to parry a little bit of that, but still end up taking some damage. Still quite impressive for my standards. I hit him with a counter and go immediately on the offense, trying to bait out the red attack because I can dodge it and then hit him back a couple of times. However, it was 1 times too many, and that ends my victory streak, as not only am I gonna lose my dignity, but also my dominant hand. A true loss for the men in the community. Well, there goes my shinobi career, I guess. But this right here is the villain arc, at least the start of one for our main character, because the disrespect does not end. Not only does he not finish me off because I'm not important enough, but he also kidnaps my magic child and just leaves me here to rot in my own misery. Shadows died twice, I didn't even die once. Of course, that's not the end of the shinobi career, because we soon acquire the prosthetic arm, which is just a better version of my own hand. And now we meet this guy, and let me tell you, I was so enthralled in this dialogue, not necessarily because of the context of the situation, but just because of the way Japanese voice actors sound when they talk in the shinobi way. Man, I could listen to Japanese people talk in their deep voice all day long. Oh my god. Imagine being the plebeian who plays this game in English dub. Wouldn't be me. People around these parts of town, though, have a weird obsession with statues, however, as you can see by a few lying around here and there might have caught your eye, but I'm gonna do my best to not pay attention to it and pretend it's all normality. Because the next thing I know, they turn my arm into a prosthetic, they're just gonna turn my whole body into one and taxidermy me into one of these statues. As we exit the temple, though, we are hit with another gorgeous vista, and this isn't gonna get old anytime soon. Look at that, man. Look at that snow effect. And the beautiful god rays coming through the trees. Wow. This might be the most gorgeous Souls game I've ever looked at. This looks better than Elden Ring. And it's not just the landscapes that we're gonna admire for their beauty, as we come here to this game's version of checkpoints, which is the, of course, more statues. We're gonna save, rest up, get up, and come across this game's version of the mandatory FromSoft maidens. Now this right here is what's all about. She's supposed to be the town healer, and she tells me that I have some weird blood, wants to touch my face, which she does in a weird telekinesis way. I really don't understand the art of seduction around these towns, but I'm sure I'll catch up soon enough. And just when I thought the game had peaked with that last interaction, we get hit with a grappling hook. Now this right here, this is what it's all about. And not only that, but after I climb this ledge on my second try, because Shadows died twice, we are hit with another gorgeous vista. Now there's the reveal. Oh my gosh. Oh. Thank you, Primacon, very much for that. We can all appreciate it. And now we come up here, monkeying on down to our second save point. Now, this right here is the section of the game when the tutorial area officially ends and the game fully opens up. And let me tell you, open up it did. I was trying to kill people, be all ninja-like, pick up items. Every other item was a new item which did something fancy, and there were so many points to grapple around, it was near almost incomprehensible. I was so close to being overwhelmed, but I thought, you know what, why not? At the end of the day, I might miss a few important items here and there, but that's what YouTube comments are for, to remind you how big of a piece of shit you are. Now as we approach this ledge to another sick moment in the game. Oh, completely blowing my mind off. That looked so cool. This game just does not end surprising you in its initial opening hours of how cool it is. It wants to remind you about it every single second, and I'm all here for it. Now as we're here on the high ground, I assess the situation and I want to do a part 2 electric boogaloo of the crazy ass skydive we did on the other guy. So I'm here trying to grapple around behind the enemy lines, which by the way, you can just grapple anywhere in this game. There's no limit to your creativity, but as we approach, this high ground. I see the enemy down there. Can we do it? Can we pull it off? 3, 2, 1, the biggest slam dunk in gaming history. The crowd goes absolutely wild. Actually, it was just this guy going ballistic, but we made quick work of him. Not a big deal at all. In fact, at this time, I was getting pretty tired of slaughtering weaklings. Was looking for a real challenge, and a real challenge I will get by this guy who goes absolutely bananas on my ass, throws my rhythm completely off, again getting hit with a tutorial mid-battle. This game loves to do that, throw you off your rhythm, and now I'm just thinking, am I the same person who was playing this game 2 minutes ago? Not at all, as I get hit in the face with death. But it's not always as it seems in old Sekiro over here, as I get brought back to life. That's right, miracles do indeed happen, mate. Die twice! Crazy observation by Primacon as I make quick work of this guy, getting my sweet revenge, going back to the rooftops where I belong because I'm too much of a bitch to go on the ground. Hear me completely forgetting the grappling hook button, but good for me because I picked up another pellet. Slowly but surely, we make our way to another checkpoint, finally, and I hear a couple of dogs. Now I know what you're thinking, would Primacon really go that far and slaughter a bunch of helpless dogs for no reason whatsoever? Absolutely not, because what kind of monster do you take me for? Here we are then, after dodging the allegations from PETA, we finally find the first upgrade for our prosthetic arm. So we can fit tools in our arm, fit for different kind of situations, to take out different kind of enemies. At least that's what the game wants me to do. Knowing me, however, I'll probably just swing my sword around till everything dies. Because that is the true gamer way. When has anyone ever used a consumable item in a video game that was not a healing potion? But there's no time for that because we're about to face our biggest challenge in the game yet. Is that a giant cock? There we go, then the people from PETA are definitely after me now. I don't know what these animals ever did to the wolf over here, but we clearly are not about animal rights up here in this land. Now next up, I see another big boy, but this time I use my brain instead of just my sword and I try to get behind him, hit him with a quick slam dunk, get hit with another jump scare tutorial, but this time as it's not in the middle of the battle, I nod along and move on. And here we go then, starting the fight off with one testicle and hitting us with the non-parryable move. Can we do this in one try? This guy likes to jump around like I'm a Goomba and he's Mario, but no worries, we're gonna go super offensive on this guy. Parry, parry, and parry again. No, not the third time. Clearly not the charm for Primacon, but we're gonna try to cancel his attacks and take our time with it, heal a little bit. Healing in this game definitely feels really clunky because it's not on the square button like other Souls games. But so far, we are doing pretty okay breaking his posture by parrying consistently. I'm trying not to button mash and there we go! Second ball down, easy game. First try. That's what it's all about, baby. Now that fight gave me a couple of good items and at this point, I'm just trying to find another checkpoint because it's been a while, but I keep running into dudes and I am not doing too hot. I think just coming down from the high of that boss fight, I all of a sudden forgot how to play the video game and I get shot right in the face and then stabbed from behind. Oh, you know what? Probably for the better. I get to do a lot of upgrades now because I earned a bunch of things that I know can upgrade me, so I'm just gonna take the L here. So we take a quick pit stop back to the maiden lady because I know you all degenerates were waiting for that. We also stop by the weird sculpture guy, get our prosthetic fit in, so now we have better healing and the tool that we picked up is actually on our arm. But how much you wanna bet that I will never, ever, ever end up using it? And lo and behold, as we make our way back, we run into this crazy naked guy with a big hammer. Throws me off guard completely. Just the prospect of being able to parry this giant hammer with my sword, even if it is possible in-game. My puny little human head just can't wrap its head around it and I just eat absolutely shit on this guy where I go back to my primal instincts of hacking and slashing like it's God of fucking War. It's okay though, we take a step back, heal up, and go back in and get pounded so hard, twice, that this video is now Peggy 18. And after eating shit many times, I finally wrapped my head around being able to parry a hammer and was able to deliver a swift justice to the pounding naked man. Finally, man. Holy shit, that was very counterintuitive. I didn't think I could deflect his big hammer swings, but apparently I could, which is crazy. After recovering from that both physical and mental trauma, I run across this old lady who is insisting that I am her son. I might be a maidenless bastard, but I'm definitely not a motherless one. And like every mother in town, she tells me to go to church and find God. We don't find God, but we do find her son. However, a top G like Sekiro don't have time for weaklings, so we pay him no mind and move along. As we are exploring, however, we run into this guy, who's firing literal ballistas at us. Can't have shit in Ohio, can we? This completely throws me off my game. I panic, grappling around like crazy like a goddamn monkey. Welcome to Black Myth Wukong. However, I was eventually able to parry a literal cannon, showing this guy once and for all that this is not America. And as I stand atop this roof, I find my prize, a final checkpoint that I've been longing for, and just one obstacle in the way. However, no giant cocks were gonna get in my way between me and my checkpoint. Finally. Oh man. That was very much needed. I have 2 balls now. Not sure what that means. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave this episode of Sekiro here. If you guys enjoyed watching me play it, let me know in the comments, leave a subscribe. I might make a part 2. This is actually really fun, but really difficult. The parry windows are so small, and if you just spam the button, it doesn't really help you a lot. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this silly video, and I'll see you soon with a new one. Primacon signing out.